So content consumption and socialization are not the same things. What do you think, Tommaso?
Well, the essence of content consumption is you to be, yeah, kill really boredom, right, Romeo? So you're swiping through things, right? You're looking at things, right? And primarily, the dominating market has been the last 25 years social media, right? Which this word combination is kind of almost like eluding us, that because of the word social, that we have been socializing through that. But the center of that medium was media, meaning, instead of you watching now news or reading newspapers, which was the ancestors of social media. Now you're watching at what your neighbor is doing, or what other peers, right, or followers, that we actually kind of drifted into the words of friends are doing. So we have almost like two issues in one, right? We said, not only am I watching things, but now the things that I'm watching from are, now we make them friends, even though they are not friends, or even though that I'm not even investing time in making them friends, or have the ability in transforming them and turning that relationship into friends. So in short, right, the essence of social media is really you watching other people's thing and opinionating about that, right? And that actually, right, which by the way has a huge truly fascination of humanity, which was just consuming that content, right? So you are there in a doom scrolling mode, and you don't even notice how the time goes by, and that is tied to our brain, because we love actually to consume new things. So the dopamine that we get is every swipe we see something new, and we don't notice how the time flies. But the essence of it is truly wasting your time, right? And most of the interviews that we have run, people afterwards, they recognize that, yeah, that was actually in vain, right? And that led to a social environment that has understood that you are no longer socializing, right? The essence of socializations is where two or more people have a common endeavor, an activity that they do jointly, and usually that activity is physical, right? And the result of this entire activity and the social environment, so the people in that social environment, right, it creates what's so-called an experience, right? So, and the experience is truly at the center of the experience is collaboration. So it's not consumption, right? We do something, right? We are working on something together, right? So the old style of doing it would be if we go to a music class together, or if we hit the gym together, or if we go hiking together, or if we craft something together, or if we cook together, right? And with every single thing that I said, everyone that is listening has an emotion, right? Or we sing together, right? These are all, oh wow, that's beautiful, right? And if we compare these two emotions, right, the doom scrolling and the activity of doing something, there is no doubt that the 12 out of 10 that we ask, right, say, of course, right, the thing that I do with people has more meaning to us. But digitally, we have been never supported to actually have the ability to create experiences. And that's where we are shifting right now, Romeo, from user generated content that led to consumption to user generated experiences that leads to socialization. So actually, for the very first time since digital world exists, we are able of socializing in a very natural way. How? By turning the chapter, the page, or rewriting a book that what once was called UGC, user generated content, now it's called UGE. So we are truly democratizing with the technology such as digital that we are doing, and that's the mission that we have, right? Democratizing experience for each and everyone, so that you can, in the physical world, have the benefits of the digital world. Yeah, you heard correctly. Digital physical world and the digital world in one. So you are outdoor. Oh wow, I'm outdoor. And now in that outdoor, the activity is you to create experiences, environment that are engaging, playful. Yes, playful, without being a game. Well, what's the difference between a game and a playful engagement? Well, a game is something that is usually winner takes all mentality. A game is when you identify yourself as a game and you're playing with joysticks, and you're playing in front of an environment, you have headset, you have keyboards, right? You want to accomplish something. An open environment is when you are in the physical world and something is rewarding or fun or playful, right? Interacting with multiple tables, interacting with walls, interacting with chairs, interacting. So basically, understanding the environment, the physical understanding, and that's exactly the future. The future will be the digitalization of atoms. What that means is that whatever you see around you, so atoms, right, whatever is matter, right, becomes now digitally intelligent, right, and can be repurposed. The tree, the tables, the chairs, the floor, the ceilings, the wall can be repurposed into social environments. And those social environments become collaborative, meaning where you can meet at the right time and the right place, right? So we at Phygital, we're working towards the most fundamental important gesture that will be primarily used in every single day, which is the following one. Every morning I wake up, we will be doing this, which means we will be having smart glasses rather than looking here, at the phone. We'll be having smart glasses that I will be not wearing because I want to play, but I will be wearing because I no longer will accept that what my eye, my naked eye is seeing needs to be the same that what my peer is seeing. We will be having the understanding that whatever is surrounding us will be a layer of bespoke experiences at the right time, at the right place, fun experiences with the goal of fostering community. And that's where UGC, user generated content, was the old book. I'm not even saying the new chapter, right? The old book.
Yeah.
So, period. We read through the book, and now we are moving into user generated experience where we empower and democratize the next generation, Generation Z and Gen Alpha, right? And that's just the method and the tool of what the comparison between UGC and UGE is bring what benefits this are bringing to humanity, right?
Right. And this is where obviously a big part will be the large world model, right, to create the user-generated experiences and to see the bespoke reality. You are reconstructing all of the atoms of your environment, and you are seeing something that the large world model is very familiar with you, right?
Absolutely, yes. We are building technology that allows through the simple act of taking an image, like we are doing today, take an image, right? But we transform and turn that image into game-like experiences. And game-like experiences are playful, location-based, highly creative experiences that are contextual to the images that you took. And so if you take an image of a beautiful old Vespa, right? And now my Italian heart is pulsing because it reminds me of my youth, right? You will be for sure having someone in your vicinity in college that also either like motorcycles or even Vespas, right? So you have contextual understanding of that image that creates a Vespa experience on college. So meaning the physicality, the physical world does not change, but the topic on top of the physical world that is digital will be Vespa related. And so you can now interact, collaborate, and you will for sure bond because you have a common denominator, which is the contextuality and which is the topic.
Yeah, and that is obviously the underlying secret of every tight knit communities, right? They're aligned on their contextual understanding. Like this is the things that they like are very common, and that's why we keep it geographically restricted, and also obviously contextually restricted, right?
Absolutely, yes, 100%.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
contextuality means profound meaning, right? If you and me within a simple Facebook group join the knitting group, the pizza group, the Vespa group, the sports group, the fighting group, the wrestling group, right? The card group, the Bitcoin group, right? There is this meaning. The only thing is that's limited. It's limited to text. It's limited to images, right? And so it goes back again to user generated content. It becomes just another channel, and all the channels out there, over 70% of them, they lack one thing, which is engagement. And the engagement is not the to solve the problem of engagement. You cannot think linearly by saying, oh, I add now a video. Well, video leads to consumption of more content. Yeah, we can kill more time. But when you wake up and you say, holy shit, how much time did I really spend here scrolling? What did you benefit from, right? But now catapult that into an environment that is physical, right? So you are there, right? And you meet like-minded people and you build together something. And yes, that has not been possible yet, but allow yourself, dear listener, right, to think actually ahead, to imagine ahead, to have the vision ahead, right? That the future is not going to be like what it was, right? It's not a linear, but a non-linear, an exponential evolution. We're not going to look at images and videos, but we are going to have new file types, not images, not videos, right? But those file types are going to be co-created, right? From multiple inputs, so from multiple images that you then can repurpose in a layer that is called augmented reality, right? And that will be in front of you. So it's not going to be, oh, what do you see that that once was an image? So it's not the image in augmented reality. And that's not what I'm talking about. So it's not the picture that you place then in front of in a physical world, but it's truly the extrapolation of that information that you have in scenes, and those then become like a narrative, a visual narrative, if you so want, right, on top of the real world. And yes, it does not exist, but that's the reason why at Fidgetal, we have our intellectual property is built by a series of PhDs and professors that are transforming through the acronym that you mentioned, LWM, large world model, right? These physical infrastructure into a digital physical environment. Yes.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. Yeah, just to basically go back on the chat group analogy. So if you think like if you see a chat group as a 2D static image, then think of the Vyry environment as like a multi-dimensional, multi-sensorial experience where you are not only engaging in a topic but also engaging with a person, and you can have multi-dimensional relationship with that person, and that person comes into your inner circle. You also have the topic that is your favorite topic, and you basically create a whole new identity and a whole new surrounding based on that simple interest of yours, and that's basically what the magic of it is.
Yeah, absolutely. You can transform your boring everyday life, which is analog, if you so want, right, into a collaborative social environment, right, that brings you joy at any corner of your streets, right, if you so want. Yeah. And obviously starting with people. So, that's what we do at Vyry. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, thanks Tommaso for dropping by. We'll see you again next week, and for till then, have a great
Right
day.
on.
Bye
Thanks.
bye.